The following program is rated iSurvivor. It contains strong language, real situations, and a fierce attitude. Viewer discretion is advised.
Previously on iSurvivor, a shaman rattle twist is introduced into the game that allows one person to mutiny off their tribe. Gray takes advantage of this opportunity and leaves the men of Orgullo behind.
I really want to do well in the tribe, I really want us to win. All about unity, power, enthusiasm, which is completely what I wasn't on the other tribe.
At the immunity challenge, the women defeated the men in the famous iSurvivor scavenger hunt. And at Tribal Council, the men were torn between Sam and Keandre.
Nobody's gonna break us apart, so everyone better watch out.
During a revote, Arun and Gabe switched their votes, sending Keandre home. 18 castaways remain. Who will be voted out tonight? Drew gets back from his stay on Corazon to find his tribe further divided, and Trevor is in need of some damage control.
Well, that was a whirlwind of a tribal council. Keandre's gone, and with a little bit of luck and some convincing, we got Arun and Gabe to flip, and the majority voted out Keandre.
I'm still here. That I didn't think I would be here at this moment, and I owe that completely to Robbie. Right now, I think. I don't think I've played the best game by far, and I recognize the fact that I don't think I've played a great game.
Trevor is a fucking idiot right now.
And Trevor's on the outs now, and he knows it. So, that's good.
I come back to the camp and I had to straighten everything out, figure out where everyone lies. I did a lot of work today, and it was honestly pretty annoying.
Talked to Drew again. Me and Drew caught up with each other on what had happened at both sides.
Worst case scenario for me, Keandre pulls the biggest boneheaded mistake in probably iSurvivor history. Gets himself voted out of the game, and in doing so, kind of killed mine.
I think that I'm a little bit bitchy sometimes, which is clear, and I think that I'm a little overspoken and sometimes I say too much, and that's a thing that I'm becoming self-aware of.
Do I use the rattle and rattle for the girls' tribe? Do I stay with the men tribe, try to right this sinking ship? What do I do? I've still got Gabe. I've still got Drew.
Trevor made a fucking fool of himself. Pissed off every single person, started threatening people, acted like a psycho. So this is pretty much what happens when Drew's away for one tribal council and he's not there to think for everyone. And I have to pick up all the pieces for him. Trevor doesn't get in line. I'm not going to save his ass anymore and he'll go home. However, we need him because Sam and Robbie Rob are going to come for me once Trevor's gone. So I need Trevor in as long as possible.
Julie returns to Corazon as Stephanie complains about the girls, while Kai and Audrey continue to mistrust one another.
Stephanie did finally pull through. I still don't like her, so that's whatever. She contributed, which was good.
I'm a little interested by the reactions from some of my tribe mates to the tribal council results. I mean, I thought it was going to be pretty obvious that it was going to be between Kendra and Sam.
Keandre, he got voted out, which I'm glad it wasn't me. I'll be honest, he is gone now, so that's a bit of a relief.
So I don't really see the thing where it's like, yeah, they feel so bad for him because I was trying to sabotage him, and I mean, it's not our fault. So I just think it's really interesting that my tribe like feels bad for Keandre because he went home.
So when I got back to the girl side, I had a new, I guess, motivation to, work on some more solid connections instead of just like hanging out once in a while.
Presently, I don't trust Kai. I feel like she'll concern that she's a fake idol and she's on me.
And she keeps trying to like catch me in lies, and I'm like, dude, I'm being really honest. It's really frustrating.
She obviously thinks that I could have set her up.
Every single thing that she faked with me, she seemed to then also fake with Alex, which maybe she didn't fake it with me and I have the real one and I'm just like super paranoid, but I just have a feeling about this. I just have a gut feeling.
One person that I have really enjoyed and thought that I'd want to work with is Penny. Her and I chatted a lot one-on-one. She's, come to me and has been friendly to me, and I felt like we, have made a connection.
Recently, I was just approached by Shiley about an alliance, and I don't know necessarily that I would benefit from having her as a long-term alliance, but I do think she could help my alibi in case I do have to blindside the whole tribe.
I brought up the idea about if we're ever in a swap situation or a merge comes, that Drew really likes Penny, and of course, Trevor and I, that maybe the four of us would work together.
I guess my plan currently is that I think a huge move is going to have to happen. And if I did somehow get Kai voted out, then I'm going to have to justify myself to the entire tribe for why I was so sneaky and why I did it the way that I did.
Still kind of trying to figure out Gray. He seems cool, he seems like a cool person, but I just don't know about playing in the game. So we will see, but we don't have to worry about tribal council just yet. There's no use in worrying about it if we don't have to vote him off yet.
Stay tuned. Nothing's set in stone. Liable to change as always. Until next time.
Anxious to see what the tree mail is, and we will see what the next challenge is. Who's gonna be sitting up?
The Safe Haven reward takes place, which allows one castaway in the game to seek refuge in the other tribe's camp. Will anyone bid on the rattle? The refuge results shock the ladies as someone they never expect gets a hold of the rattle.
So we just found out that Alex bought the rattle and went over to the guy's tribe.
Fuck her. She's putting us in a compromisable position with less numbers. I don't think she had any reason to mutiny.
I'm kind of upset and surprised that she did not tell the girls this time. I mean, I'm sure she told her select few, and I'm obviously not in that group.
Alex leaving, that was insane. I did not see that coming whatsoever. I mean, it's a lot to process.
Penny just said, did anyone know about this? And
I'm really kind of stunned. We talked a lot about trying to do it last time.
I wish she would have told me. That kind of hurt me because I thought we were closer than we were, and then she didn't run it past me.
She said she was going to bid low and just see what happened, and then yesterday I talked to her and she said she was thinking about trying to do it again, and I told her I think it's a terrible idea.
So hopefully she's doing it for us and it's not just like a selfish move, because I know Survivor should be more about your tribe in the beginning and then going from there.
Alex got the rattle, which means she's now over on the other team's side, which I believe we kind of have like a plan going, some sort of ambush to the boys' side.
We're gonna be in a really weird spot without her.
I'm not surprised. She is someone who seems to like to make big moves. I think that it wasn't smart because she was such an asset to our tribe and we were dominating. It'll make things interesting. I wish she hadn't done it.
Email is posted and the tribes begin an individual challenge. The men's tribe adjusts to life with Alex.
I bid on the rattle and I got it. I had a low bid because I want to keep most of my money if I can. And I switched over to the guy's side last night.
Alex has rattled her way over here. Apparently both tribes are going to tribal council, so I don't understand why she would come over here unless she has an idol.
This round has been really crazy. I've been approached by all angles of the tribe.
Alex came over. I think Alex is probably maybe one of the smartest girls of the other tribe. And I think the girls are slowly decimating us guys. They have all these plans in place with the kidnapping, and like we're not even thinking about that because we're so drama filled that we can't even get our shit together to vote.
This tribe is pretty crazy. Everyone wants me on their side.
But now that Alex is over, we should probably just cut the head off of Alex before we go for Sam or Rob.
And I'm in the perfect position. I'm really exactly where I want.
I was very open to Alex, and she seems like a very nice character. I like her a lot. I think she's very kind.
It's a double tribal council round and both tribes will be voting out a player.
Kai and I like Gray. A lot of us like Gray. I like him because he's in New Zealand, which is a really silly reason to like somebody.
It's kind of a bummer because I'm kind of bummed we all have to go to tribal.
Now, I just did the challenge, and I think I did a really good job. I got the color coordinations within 6 turns, which I'm hoping that's good.
The last challenge, it was pretty fun, I guess. It's kind of frustrating.
When I first started, I was quite happy that I was playing with Stephanie. A couple of the other girls didn't really like Steph or didn't trust her. She isn't in the alliance, and now the others are thinking to vote her off only because she seems to be getting in really well with the boys and she might flip over to them.
I just want immunity, which is super exciting. For me, kidnapping Alex seems to be like a really good plan. I just don't see why I wouldn't save somebody who I know is going to work with me because I helped her find the idol.
The men strategize before tribal council. With Trevor immune and Alex temporarily at core zone, anyone could go.
Well, I didn't win immunity.
Just do not assume. As soon as I think that something's going a certain way, it's going a completely other way, and it's actually fucking me over.
I mean, the immunity challenge was interesting. It was individual.
Immunity challenge results were posted. Trevor wins for the Argulo tribe, and Kai has won for the Corazon tribe.
Trevor won, which dampened our plans, sort of. I mean, I knew something was going to change. I knew that this is Survivor, and nothing is how it is, and anything can happen.
So I was on the bottom of this tribe. I was about to go home, and when I needed it most, I got lucky.
Kai decided to send kidnap Alex to the female tribe, and Trevor decided to bring over Julie to the men's tribe. And neither of the kidnappings are really unexpected.
I was so mad when I saw that both tribes were going to tribal council, and then I realized this was a luck-based challenge. I was like, great, so I have to get lucky to guarantee my safety. The only way I was going to be able to guarantee my safety when I backed this against the wall
I am actually very happy that Trevor won because I trust him and he trusts me, and I know he's on my side, so I'm not worried about him bringing Julie over. I know that she's just another number for our side. A lot of other people, though, are very upset that Trevor won because they were trying to target him and were hoping he was next out of the game.
We're really surprised to know that there was still kidnapping this round because we just assumed both tribes are going to tribal. There's 2 immunities. There won't be a kidnapping. Kai chose Alex to keep her safe. And then Trevor ended up winning, and then of course he chose me. And at first I was like, oh, I have to go back over there. I just got back, and I was already so exhausted from my last trip.
I was so close. I could have tied Trevor. Oh, whatever.
The men spend the day trying to figure out who to boot.
So this is not really a place that I want to be at this point in the game.
Trevor won immunity, which was in itself a disaster. That just puts us in such an awkward situation where the 2 possibilities of what we were going to vote are now gone. Of course, because nothing's ever easy.
You know, I came into this game expecting to make, some friends, but I never expected to make a great friend.
There's been talks. I mean, in the beginning, the vote was for Drew or Bailey because me, Gabe, Robbie, and Sam were a tight group, which left only Drew and Bailey.
I was really hoping the girls would kidnap me. I was thinking maybe they were thinking of it. However, so far the only names that have come up are Bailey and Drew. At least to me. I think I'd rather Drew go. I just don't think Trevor and Julie are going to vote with us on Drew because I think Trevor and Drew are close.
I talked about Trevor and I working together, and one good thing about us and why we work well is because we complement each other. And one thing about Trevor is he can tend to be a little bit too overconfident. I think he gets too confident at times, and I've always been one to be more reasonable.
Where do we go on this vote? Bailey has no allegiances to anyone. He's been a wild card vote. It's very clear that he's a very, very smart guy. I think Bailey will be loyal to us in the end. I talked to Bailey quite a bit.
So we did some pros and cons about each person, and at the end of the day we decided for Bailey. And that's how it is going to go.
I'm going to talk to Bailey right now and see where he's going with this.
It's kind of weird because me and Drew meet and we compare notes, and I go, hey, so Sam wants you gone, and then Drew goes, oh, well, Robbie wants you gone, and I'm like, what?
Alright, so after talking to Bailey and talking about protecting himself and how he was in a 4-way major alliance with Trevor, Drew, Julie, and himself,
Let's vote for either Robbie or Sam, and Trevor's in, Julie's in, so that means it's 4-4 if a tie comes along. And if you guys try to tie and make us draw rocks, which I know you guys don't want to do,
I decided, hey, Bailey's gonna threaten me like that? Like, does he think he's the king of the tribe or something?
so yeah, I'm not really worried right now. I hopefully convinced them that this is a bad idea. You'd never want to tempt fate.
I'm approached by Robbie, Rob, Sam, and Arun, and their plan is to vote out either Drew or Bailey. So I take the opportunity to lead the vote towards Bailey, which is awesome. I totally thought that Bailey and Sam were in cahoots, but apparently not, so great.
Of course, when it came to kidnapping, I'm going to pick Julie because that's my #1 ally of the opposite sex. She can do whatever I want, so that's a given vote for my side. So I've got the numbers now. I can pretty much finally get rid of Sam.
Drew came along and said that they want to vote for Sam because of all these really great reasons.
I want to get away from these guys right now. I really do.
I think he's more close with Robbie than he is with me. I think that he has made this bond with Alex and with Gray on the other tribe. And
it's just scary going into a tribe swap what he's going to do. So it's really like a variable in my individual games. So
I'm actually getting a little teary-eyed right now. Arun, he's a very easily persuaded person, and people were like bullying him to get his vote. Like, they were literally on his ass to get his vote. The thing with Gabe is he's going to go wherever the majority is, which people need to realize that later on in the game, because if there's girls with majority, Gabe's going to be right there. Although I need him now, so I really have no choice but to work with him.
What an exhausting trip to the boys' side. I'm so tired.
Fingers crossed, guys.
So it's going to be a wild ride. I pretty much know exactly what's going on right now because I'm awesome.
Orgulo, welcome to Tribal Council. Unfortunately, this round is a double boot round, so regardless of winning a challenge or not, everybody will be facing the vote. As always, we'll start Tribal Council off with a question and answer ceremony. Gabe, we're a week deep in this game. How has it been for you so far?
Well, this game has been a roller coaster ride of emotions for me so far. Cherishing my time here with everyone, and I think that we all get along well as a tribe, and Julie is a nice addition to the tribe as well. And yeah, we're having a fantastic time.
Drew, how was your visit to the girls' camp? Learn anything interesting? Find out anything cool? Bailey, the numbers keep on steadily decreasing here on the men's tribe. What are you basing your vote on tonight?
Let me sum it up. Did I learn anything interesting? Yeah, some of them girls are fine. Actually, to be completely honest, there are some good-looking girls over there. I didn't get to talk to every single one, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll have time later in the game. Learned that Alex is the leader over there, and I think I believe that. But you never know. I could be being lied to, per usual.
Arun, do you want to break down a little bit what happened at the last Tribal Council?
I think that in the initial stages of the vote, people were thinking more of how this is going to help my tribe in general and how this is going to help us win challenges. But then we were started to think about this game in an individual standpoint and saying that how is this going to help me personally further in the game. And all of us were kind of scared about a tribe swap happening, and then that also contributed to this spiraling effect of how this is going to help us individually instead of how this is going to help a tribe. And I think that's why there was a lot of vote switching, like last Tribal Council.
And how do you choose to be loyal to who at this point?
You have to see, based on past voting history, how much you and the person being questioned bond with each other, how much information they're giving you, how much information is actually true, how much information you actually need and they're just not delaying the inevitable. You need to feel comfortable with that person, and I think that that's a really key part about loyalty.
Sam, what have you done to earn your key?
I realize I'm here and I'm really thankful for it, and I've said it time and time again to my tribe mates that I'm thankful for it. I think the question at hand was if I was going to be loyal to the guys or not, and I think I've proven that time and time again and again with not even bidding on the rattle, which I had never intended to on the first place this round.
Rob, would you say that the guys are unified at this point?
I would definitely hope so. I haven't been given any reason that guys would not stick with the guys whatsoever, so I would say, yeah, there's definitely a strong possibility we would be very unified in this and kick some girl ass.
Julie, you've spent a lot of time here at the men's camp. Do you think it's going to affect your position with the women going forward in the game?
Yes. When I arrived here at the boys' side, I was given some information that Alex was saying that I was the next to go, which doesn't really surprise me because I started seeing some signs that, not as many people were talking to me about strategy, and it was all like just small talk. So I kind of felt like something was going on, but it would have really bothered me because I feel like I worked really hard for our tribe and that I'm a good team player. I think that they honestly feel very threatened by hearing that the guys like me so much, and the whole queen thing. I just think they really feel threatened by it. And the fact that I was chosen last time to come over and then chosen again, I think it is putting a target on my back.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. If anyone is in possession of a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote. Bailey. Second vote. Sam. That's 1 vote for Bailey, 1 vote for Sam. Third vote. Sam. It's 2 votes for Sam and 1 vote for Bailey. Sam. Sam. That's 4 votes for Sam and 1 for Bailey. The third person voted out of iSurv1vor Venezuela, Instinct and Intuition. Sam. Sam, that's a majority. You need to bring me your torch. Unfortunately, the tribe has spoken. With Alex back on core zone, she pushes for Stephanie to go, while Stephanie targets Penny.
Everyone's going to tribal. Okay? Everybody.
I spent a lot of time talking to Sam. I really hope he doesn't get voted out. He's just such a cool guy. He's really, really sweet and, you know, just like talkative and really funny. Fortunately, how I have it right now, if everything were to stay the same, I am guaranteeing myself immunity for each round as long as everything stays the same. So as long as the winning team is picking me and coming over, then I'm also immune, which is solid.
The conversation that I just had with Alex, I still, you know, I think that her going over there was a huge gamble, and if there hadn't been a kidnapping this time, we would have been screwed. There was a kidnapping this time. They took Julie, and she's the one that I've been talking to the most.
I feel like I might be going, and I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I hope that I just get to stick in it here and get to be a little more interactive with the girls. I'm gonna just be safe and always be safe and just be safe forever and stay in this game forever and just win it.
Stephanie is targeting me, and I had no reason to think that I was a target before that conversation, but apparently I am. I'm really taken aback. I'm really baffled.
Kai thinks she's smarter than Audrey, and that makes me really fucking uncomfortable. If this is the case, you ain't that smart.
Kai won immunity. She chose to kidnap Alex. So what that says to me, basically I'm gonna be the one at the bottom 3. It's gonna be Kai, Alex, Brittany. I think I need to make some crucial connections with the boy side.
I know there's something going on. I smell bullshit when I smell it, okay? And I smell it.
I was told that I was at the bottom, which means that I'm clearly not in the loop. And I also heard that Audrey was in the bottom. So I was like, duh fudge? Like, really? Like, really?
Smell it all over your brown little nose.
I heard that Audrey and Kai were together, which apparently was not as together as Kai had thought. Audrey has Kai under her finger, which I thought Kai was the powerhouse, which means Audrey's the powerhouse. Working with Audrey in the Gryffindor's Alliance, what? I might actually have a chance to help control this game.
I like to make my alliances early. I like to have it all sorted so that I can relax and I don't have to be running back and forth all the time.
I actually have something kind of good going on over here.
When I was talking about alliances with people, they weren't confident, or I don't think they were willing to trust Stephanie. They didn't put her in the alliance.
I hope that this vote goes in my favor.
Why do they want Steph eliminated? I guess she kind of rubs Alex the wrong way. Just doesn't work out. I don't know why.
She came to me a few days later, and it was just too late.
I just feel like it wasn't going to work in this game. You were way too keen to work with the boys. I'm going to say this every tribal council that I'm not immune. Talk too much. And if I go home, oh well, it was nice while it lasted. So, sorry.
I hate it when this happens.
One thing that's kind of funny is that you said that you didn't try and win the immunity challenge. So my advice to everyone out there is maybe always try and win the immunity challenge.
Please.
I think this might be what a blind side looks like.
I'm sad.
Corazon, double tribal council episode. Time to vote somebody out, and let's get to question and answers. Hi Alex. You want to tell me a little bit about why you rattled over to Orgulo? And
based on when Stephanie went over to their side and came back, and then I was able to talk to Gray and Drew when they came over, I did not trust what she said. I think a majority of people knew that my strategy was to go over there and really bring something honest back to the group, as far as getting a new perspective than Steph or Julie had.
You're back at camp tonight. Tell me a little bit about your tension with Stephanie.
I think it came from stemming from the first challenge, where I felt like Stephanie very quickly assigned the roles and kind of dropped out of the group working portion, like the teamwork portion of the challenge, and then moving on over to the scavenger hunt, I felt like I had a really good strategy, and it worked out really well for us to win. And with that good strategy and everybody else backing and everybody putting in everything, it was really frustrating to see somebody decide to put it off until the last minute. And
brings me to you, Stephanie. Tell me a little bit about your public confrontation with Alex. And
we're good now. I mean, it worries me if she takes offense to it and continues to hold it against me. But I mean, we water under the bridge. We hugged it out. Cuddling took place, and then she went to the boys' camp, and she came back, and more hugs, and it was great to see her. So yeah, we're all good now.
How do you feel being at Tribal Council tonight without immunity?
It feels weird to be here. I don't really want to be here, and yeah, I know I'm a voting option, don't remind me. Although I will admit that I didn't really want to win the challenge. I trust the people that I gave my trust to not vote me out, so I figured that I didn't have to try and win the challenge.
Brittany, are you surprised with how capable you seem to be so far in this game?
Thanks. I'm a little bit surprised at how well I'm doing. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect, but it's going well. It's going good. I'm doing well at the challenge. I'm really thinking about stuff, and I think the fact that I work in radio, I'm an announcer, and I'm constantly thrown into situations where I need to think on my feet and be fast. I think that really works for me, especially with something like this.
Kai, this game's 9 days in. We're full throttle here in iSurvivor, and the women tend to be, or seem to be doing well compared to the men. You guys have a clear advantage right now. What do you think, or what do you make of the tribe's performance this far in the game?
Okay, so I'd have to say that the reason that I think that we are in such firm lead, if you will say, over the guys, is of our teamwork and our cooperation with each other. Like, honestly, I don't feel like I've ever been on a tribe before where everybody's just gotten together and just worked together so well. Like, when it comes down to business and we need to do the challenges, we get those challenges fucking done. Like, it's ridiculous.
Gray, was bidding on the rattle the right decision for you or not? Tell me a little bit about that.
I think it was definitely the right decision. At the time, no one was talking to me. I was being really exiled, guilty by association with Brandon. They just assumed they had the numbers kind of thing going into it, so they didn't really... I guess they didn't really want to talk to me because they were going to vote me out, so they don't really want to, like, waste their time. So it was definitely a good decision. Even if I'm the bottom here, I got to meet the other girls, and I have a higher chance of winning because I'm pretty sure that the girls are a stronger team. So I think it was a really good decision.
Mary, do you feel like you did enough in the challenge and your fair share around camp to stick around and survive this vote?
I guess the main thing, I feel like I'm doing well on challenges as well. I know it's kind of difficult to judge, especially the last one, but I think I've been holding my own. I think I've been doing really well with it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and that was my goal here, so I think it's safe to say it's getting achieved.
Penny, I know you have some thoughts on Alex's mutiny. Tell me a little bit about your opinion.
I think we were all shocked because it was something that we had talked about before, but had kind of fallen by the wayside. I was pretty shocked that she chose to do it when she did. I was scared when I found out that it was an individual immunity because I was afraid that there wasn't going to be a kidnapping and we wouldn't be able to keep her safe. It's just, you know, the thing is, I'm not much of a gambler, and it was a huge gamble. I like to go into something with better than even odds.
Michelle, what are you basing your vote on tonight, Michelle?
This is full on. I don't usually sprout my feelings as much. I don't need to have someone. I'm enjoying it at the moment. I'm enjoying the all-girl tribe, except for Gray. No, I like him as well. I'm just saying he's not a good girl. And, yeah.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. If you're in possession of a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. First vote. Steph. Second vote. Stephanie. It's 2 votes for Steph. Third vote. Penny. It's 2 for Steph, 1 for Penny. Penny. It's 2 votes for Penny and 2 votes for Stephanie. We're tied. Fifth vote. Steph. It's 3 for Stephanie, 2 for Penny. Stephanie. It's 4 votes for Stephanie. Stephanie. The 4th person voted out of iSurv1vor Venezuela, instinct and intuition. Stephanie. You need to bring me your torch. Unfortunately, Stephanie, the tribe has spoken.